You know who else needed a big win today? Either Illinois or Purdue in our Peacock game. Whoever won this game was going to do exactly that, a sigh of relief. And I think the way that Purdue ended up winning this one, 44-19 was the final, and it was basically third quarter was when Purdue just took over in this one. Maybe we should have known it from the get-go when Luke Altmaier missed a wide-open receiver for an early touchdown, and then next drive, or maybe it was the one after that, gets sacked and strip sack, fumble, recovered by Purdue in the end zone. And so there were a lot of things that Purdue did very well, and eventually they just opened it up. And Hudson Card throws for a couple touchdowns. Our guy Tyrone Tracy on the ground, 112 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Walters wins at home for the first time in his Purdue tenure
over his former boss.
This was like a get-right game. This was a get-right game of all get-right games for Purdue.
Well, it was a huge win for Ryan Walters because more than anything else, they protected their own house, right? They have not been able to win at home the last three tries. They're 1-3 on the season. All three of those losses coming at home. They needed this win. They needed the confidence to have it when they know that they can come home and get a home field advantage. They needed this type of win, and it was a definitive win. Early on in the first half, it went a little bit back and forth, but they exploded in the second half. Hudson Card, we talked about it, was about putting drives together consistently and not hitting that lull. And there was times where you felt that early on, but then all of a sudden they hit their stride and they took off, scored 21 points in the third quarter. Hudson Card made some big plays. And you know who I really like? I do really like Deion Burke. The catch down the sideline.
So good.
The guy's a beast.
He's really good.
I mean, they've got some playmakers out there that can go make plays. And if they finally start getting into a rhythm offensively, they're a tough unit to really contain.
I think our thing with them was always about finishing drives. Like we would watch game tape and like throughout the week just be texting back and forth. And it's like they were putting together some drives. Like they were hitting some plays and then it's turnover, it's missed field goals, whatever it is, they stall out and it's
penalties.
Just the different things that kill drives. And it's like, if they could ever figure that out, this is going to be an explosive offense, which it is. Tyrone Tracy Jr. too. Like he's a guy who played at Iowa as a wide receiver, obviously wanted to get out of that, goes over to Purdue and starts off as a wide out and he's getting some looks, not a ton of looks. They say, hey, play a little bit of running back for us. My goodness, that guy has some moves. He's got wheels and he's physical with the ball in his hands too. I like the way it's coming together for them. They have to capitalize now off of a little bit of good momentum in their lives, but I think we saw some of the pieces here. It's just about putting it together.
And also for the defensive unit. This was a big game for this defensive unit. The way that they came out and performed last week against Wisconsin to give up 21 straight points on the first three drives of the game.
Yeah.
They came out, they changed their game plan a little bit. They created more pressure, and they made Luke Altmaier uncomfortable. We had some concerns about the quarterback run, which we addressed. You brought up. It was beautiful because the very first play, Luke goes down the sideline, but they made adjustments. They were able to create pressure. They had the strip sack. So that's their identity, right?
Yes.
It's not to sit back, play coverage and all that. You've got to bring pressure, create heat, and make people uncomfortable. And I think today was a great example of that. I thought that they played well all game long.
The total yards were pretty close in this game. Purdue's defense did give up 375 yards, but just 2 of 13 third down conversions were allowed by that Purdue defense. They stopped the Illini on third down. And we didn't even mention this was for the Cannon Trophy, most important of all.
Big trophy.
It's a small trophy, but it's a big meaning,
it
small trophy.
A lot.
Yes.
It's
big meaning, small trophy.